It's my pleasure to be here and to share our experience. So this is the first year that we are implementing humanitarian aid volunteering, and we have already hosted 2 volunteers in the frames of the project. But before that, I would like to say that we are also an info center for Erasmus Plus and European Solidarity Corps programs in Armenia, which were established by Salto EECA in 2017. So this is also somehow our mandate to share information and give consultancy on the procedures of European projects. So I'm happy to share our experience, and especially that we have already undergone the process. Before starting my presentation, I would like to mention that we took part in a long-term capacity building or training course. That's how we started to get involved in humanitarian aid volunteering. It was then called EU Aid Volunteering even. And it was a 2 years long project, and in the frames of this project we developed our capacities, and we learned how to apply for a quality label to be able to host volunteers. And we managed to apply for quality label when it was still EU Aid volunteering project, and we got the accreditation. But then the program was changed, and now the program is under European Solidarity Corps program, as Suzanne has already mentioned. And then the procedure of obtaining a quality label has changed, and we had to apply for that. And I will now show you in more details how the procedure is going on and what you need to do as an organization to be able to be involved in humanitarian aid volunteering projects. So it's about quality label for humanitarian aid volunteering. And I will go step by step what the organizations need to do to obtain the quality label. So first of all, what is it? It's a certification which gives you an opportunity to participate in humanitarian aid operations. It's the compliance with the principles of and the objectives of the European Solidarity Corps program, and it's the capacity for the organizations to implement these activities in support of humanitarian aid operations. And but this is not something that if you get the quality label, that doesn't mean that you automatically get funding for the project. So it's still, you need to undergo some procedures to be able to host volunteers. Here I put some important links, and first of all, it's the Solidarity Corps program guide that you need to go through to get all the information connected with the program. Then it's the portal for funding and tender portal where you need to apply for quality label. You enter this link and then you go directly to the quality label humanitarian aid full procedure, because before it was a light procedure and full procedure. Now you need to undergo a full procedure because the light procedure was foreseen for the organizations who had already chance to get EU aid volunteering accreditation. So the application forms were made available since June 2020, and it's an ongoing process. The next deadline to apply for the quality labels is March 16, 2023. And the quality label will give you access to apply for the humanitarian aid volunteering action in 2023 and to be able to implement the projects. And you will get the quality label for the whole period of the program, which means from 2021 to 2027, and it will give you opportunity to apply for projects during this mentioned period of the Solidarity Corps program. What you need to do to obtain a quality label is, first of all, you need to submit an application, and the application is submitted to the European executive agency, and not to the national agency of your countries, but you need to apply directly to the Brussels. Then you undergo the assessment of your application, and then you get the quality label. This is the first step of entering, let's say, into the program, getting the license, let's say, quality label to start the program. So, as I mentioned about the light procedure, those organizations who had already an opportunity to participate in EU aid volunteering program, they had and they have applied for accreditation in the frames of that program. They undergone light procedure as our organization did, YIC, and first of all, you need to have your PIC number. You need to register your organization to have PIC number to proceed. Then, of course, you are checking all the information connected with the program, as I mentioned, also going through the program guide to meet all the requirements. Then after that, the light procedure is a shortened version of application of the quality label. So what are the different types of quality label? It's the support role and the host role. In our case, as we are not a EU member state country, we are considered as the third country non-associated to the program countries. So we can apply only for a host role, and the European countries they apply for the support role, and they send the volunteers to different parts of the world. And first of all, the quality application, like quality label application, should meet the quality standards as highlighted in the program guide, and to meet all the requirements, as I have already mentioned. It's like equal opportunities and non-discrimination, avoidance of job substitution, no harmful activities, provision of high quality, accessible and inclusive activities, and so on. So first of all, you must make sure that all these requirements are met in your quality label application. Then there are certain tasks and responsibilities of the organizations as a sending role and as a hosting role. So, and these responsibilities and tasks are divided according to the period of the project that they start, like before the activity, during the activity, and after the activity. So, all these two organizations have their own responsibilities to carry out. First of all, it's the management of the project that you have already received fund for. So support role and host role, you should meet the following criteria again, like effective coordination of the program, compliance with the European Solidarity Corps regulation, risk, security, evacuation as a support role, dissemination and information activities, and as a host role, of course, the first role in management stage is first of all the compliance to the European Solidarity Corps regulation. Then before the activity, here the support organization has most of the, let's say, responsibilities and tasks to implement, because first of all, they have this selection procedure, which is of course done in cooperation with the host organization. But first of all, the first selection is done by the support organization, sending organization. Then, of course, volunteering agreement, language preparation, pre-departure meetings with the volunteers, and all these technical tasks that the support organization is doing. And of course, for the host role, it's the very smooth and very like cooperation with the support organization to bring the project to its already management stage. During the activities, already the support role organization has less responsibilities than the host organization, of course, but still it's keeping the track of the project all the time, coordinated the project in cooperation with the hosting organization, to do midterm evaluations, final reviews, meeting with the volunteers, even on-spot visits. These are all done during the activity. And of course, for the host organization, there are more responsibilities when implementing the project, like organizing on arrival training for the volunteers, midterm evaluation, then all keeping the track of the whole training cycle, of course, learning opportunities, task support, and providing assistance to the volunteers, taking care of their living standards, working conditions, safety and security, and so on. So all the things that should be taken into account while implementing the project in a host country, it's a host organization's role. And of course, after the activity, both of the organizations has some again, tasks and responsibilities, like for the host organization, it's like summing up the project, follow-up, evaluation of the project, closing the project in a host country, dissemination of the results of the project. And for the support role, again, it's reintegration of the volunteers in their home country, again, evaluation and closing all the project, and they should also make sure that the participants, the volunteers, take part in annual European Solidarity Corps event to evaluate and close their projects. About the assessment criteria of the quality label, it's very important to mention that, first of all, the organizations should be eligible to apply for the quality label, and as I mentioned, it's the support role and the host role. The duration of the quality label is according to the program period. You should apply to the Brussels on the 16th of March, just to remind you. And you are applying to the executive agency through the funding and tender opportunities website. And then the last criteria is the declaration that you need to like tick the box and then apply, submit the application. And here it's also very important to meet the award criteria, because it should be relevant with the assessment criteria, again highlighted in the program guide, and you need to have this relevance to the priorities and the objectives of the European Solidarity Corps program, and quality of measures and organizational capacity. Why I highlighted these three categories? Because you need to fill in the application form about each of these categories. And here it's how it goes. You, first of all, if your organization is not registered, you need to create your EU login account, and this is how you proceed with the application form. Then you go to the European Solidarity Corps. It's highlighted in yellow. You see from in this funding and tenders portal, you find European Solidarity Corps program. From here, you choose the quality label, humanitarian aid, full procedure. Now the light procedure does not exist because the program has already been changed. And before starting your application, you should choose the correct topic, of course. You should not exceed the page limit of 40 pages, because otherwise it will not be visible in the like application form. Even though if the assessors would like to read your application, but they will not see what you have put if it exceeds the number of pages. And of course, the eligibility criteria. And for starting your application, you need to press start submission. Then and you confirm your choice. when you choose quality label full application or light application, and then you confirm your choice. And then you start filling in your application. I should mention that it consists of two parts. One part is called A part, which is the administrative part of your organization. And the second part is the application form, which will be uploaded later. I will show you. So you need to accept these terms and conditions to be able to proceed. And then your proposal is created. And here, every time you can log in again and you can start filling in your application. So you can log out and log in till the date of till the deadline, and you can work on your application. You can so edit and do some changes in your application when you go to My Proposals. And again, you find your application and you can edit it anytime if you want. So this is the table of contents of the application, and you see it consists of two parts. It's the general information and participating organizations and contacts. Here you fill in, like in general information part, you fill in the title of your application, you fill some abstract about your organization. Then here is the declaration part that you need to tick all the boxes. This is again mandatory part of the application. Then you need to validate the results of this general information part. And if you have some mistakes, you will see this red color, but it will allow you to modify your application and correct it. And then you need to fill in the participants. So these are the people who are responsible for application, like contact people. You need to fill in the organization data. And if you have branch offices, you need to, of course, fill in these parts as well. And again, add contact people in the branch offices of yours. And so here you add contact person's details. And then here comes the part B, which is the application form, which you need to download from this online platform. You need to fill it in and then again upload it in the portal. So, and this is the application form. Again, here you fill in your organization's profile. And here, what I was talking about is the compliance with the award criteria. So you are filling it, the relevance, the organizational capacity, quality of measures, and of course, the fourth one is the declarations. And here, I can share later with you the presentation so that not to go in all the details, but here, these are the sections that you need to fill in separately. So about relevance of your organization, about quality measures, about organizational capacity, and you here should be very direct, like why you want to host the volunteers, what is the capacity of your organization, what you can provide, and so on, so on. And then the last part is the declaration. And then completing your application. So you upload the second part, the part B in the portal, and then till the, as I mentioned, till the deadline, you have ability to edit and modify your application. But as soon as you submit it, you cannot edit it. But the only way to change anything before the deadline, you can just delete your application and restart it again if you need to change anything after the submission. And what is the rest of the procedure is the monitoring, reporting, and quality assurance. After you get the quality label, the executive agency can monitor your performance. They can make reports. They do constant checkings, and of course, there is also a chance that they can terminate your quality label if you don't meet the criteria and the standards, quality standards.